Hi folks, this is Ian at Dogtra UK. Just doing a little video voiceover in order to clear something up. If you look at the three images that we've got here, you've got a 1200X, the image for an ARC-X, and you've got the 280X, which in the UK and Europe is known as a 640X. But the same would be true of the older models, the old ARC 1200S, the old ARC 800, and the 640C. If you look at the packaging, on the 1200X, it says that it's for mild-mannered to stubborn dogs. And you look at the packaging on the ARC-X, it says it's for mild temperament dogs. And then on the 280X or the 640X, again, it says it's for mild temperament dogs. And there's an awful lot of confusion created by this. And it's something I want to clear up. Obviously, I speak to people on a daily basis about their dogs and the problems that they are having with their dogs. And I'll quite often get people ring me up and they'll go, you know, my Cocker Spaniel is the highest drive Cocker Spaniel you've ever met in your life. And so therefore, I think I need a 1200X unit. They might say the same about their Greyhound. They'll go, you know, I know ideally that I need a 640X, but my Greyhound is the highest drive Greyhound you've ever met in your life, and therefore I feel like I need a 1200X. The reality is that if you put a 640X on your forearm on full power and press the button, you are going to have a very uncomfortable experience. And the difference between you and your dog is that you know that it's an e-collar that's creating that experience. Your dog doesn't know it's an e-collar that's creating that experience, and therefore it makes the whole situation, the whole event, far, far more powerful for your dog. Now, in my view, as somebody with a very, very extensive dog training background, a stubborn dog, and I hate to kind of tar breeds with a certain brush, but a stubborn dog is a dog of a breed, you know, like your bull breeds, like a strong male Rottie, a very, very strong working line male German Shepherd, some of the Croatian import Dobermans, your Molosser kind of breeds, your Mastiffs, your great, you know, a very driven Great Dane. That is a stubborn dog. Your average Cocker Spaniel, in fact, your average Mali, my own Mali, runs on an ARC-X or has run on an ARC 800 for years because I'm not working her. I don't have her in any form of defence. It's just there to stop her chasing down hares and deer and things like that. My working line Teckle, you know, people tell nightmare stories about Teckles and how driven they are. My Teckle, he's on like an IQ plus, invariably responds to vibrate. Sometimes we have to use the stim function, but invariably responds to vibrate. But I will get phone calls from people going, but my Teckle is the highest drive Teckle in the world. He's a very stubborn dog, so therefore I need this 1200 unit. No, you don't. You really don't. Don't get confused. I know that you feel that your dog is the highest drive, most stubborn dog in the world, and your dog has created you problems by running off after prey. But the reality is, in the world scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, your dog is not pit bull stubborn. It is not Mastiff stubborn. It's not Bauble stubborn. It's not Cane Corso stubborn. It's not working in defence. It's not fighting for its life like a police dog or a strong male Mali that's being pushed into defence, a strong male Rottie that's being pushed in defence. And really just bear that in mind when you're buying your collar. You know, there is an old saying, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And quite often, you know, you can get away with some of the smaller collars for even some of the bigger dogs because of the dog's temperament. You can use a 640X, for example, on 90% of dogs. You can use an ARC-X on 90% of dogs, as long as the dog's neck shape will stand the shape of the Arc X. It's only the more powerful, much more stubborn breeds that actually require the power of a 1200X collar. So just bear that in mind when you're ordering, and then you will end up with the right collar. I hope that helps. Thanks very much. Bye bye.